Josh and John took a little while to settle into the team, get their speed up. So from that point of view, the start of the season has been a little disappointing, but I think we've had some really nice events, some nice moments along the way, and makes those wins that little bit more precious.
We done the testing and we chose the guys that we believed were going to be right for the Suzuki GSX-R 1000, and there was no reason to think anything else. It's just one of those things, really. The season got off to a slow start for us, and that's it, and that's the way. And you can't afford to do that, obviously. If you don't make the top 6, then you're not in with a chance of winning the championship. But to be fair, I mean, Josh came with a realistic option for us. For Josh, we're top 6 finishes anyway, and we're there now. Okay, a little bit later than we had hoped, but as you say, the icing on the cake is we seem to have inherited the best wet weather rider.
At the start of the year, things didn't go how I wanted to and stuff, but from Brands Hatch, when I won the second race there in the wet, it's got better and better, and then yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot more. The clouds at the minute look like it's meant to be raining now, but it's not, so it could stay dry. Whatever it is, just hopefully it's wet or dry.
He's got a great setup with the Tyco Suzuki in the wet, but he's strong in the dry as well. It's the first time here at Assen, and first couple of sessions he was there in the top 11, top 12, looking strong, clicked with the circuit straight away. Hardly changes the bike now, circuit to circuit, so building confidence. And sure, it'll be difficult for him to win in the dry, but I don't think podiums are out of the question.
Look at the crowds here. British Superbike racing very, very popular across the length and breadth of the Netherlands. Off the start line. A good start by Christian in getting the BMW power down on the Bimotor. Look at Josh Waters, Danger Man, number 12 on the Tyco Suzuki. Yeah. Wildman Waters, the double Australian champion, loves it when it's damp.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
Josh Waters pulled a move there, I think, on Christian Idden, and may have moved through to 3rd place. So Waters could yet be the dark horse in this race on Tyco Suzuki.
Yeah, that's him in 3rd now.
We've lost Joe Burns.
Waters takes the lead.
Josh Waters moves through to the front, so could it be a repeat of his brilliant victory at Brands Hatch in equally weird conditions, because the Australian now has hit the front. And John Hopkins getting well out of the way. Hopkins, who's suffering back in 21st place on bike number 21. John Hopkins, who qualified 2nd on the grid, has retired.
Here comes Keogh.
How fast is the BMW? Will pull alongside the Suzuki. And Keogh goes through. Oh. Keogh goes through as he swoops into Ruskin, who get a thick end of 90 miles an hour. Double wheel drifts it through the left-hander.
Inside
Waters cut through on the inside as they come round the second part of Dijkersloot. Now out into the countryside, back towards the finish line, through Mavenmire, up to 150 miles an hour in 5th gear. Tyco Suzuki take a 2nd victory. Yuichi Kiyanari takes a huge chunk out of the championship, and this has been a race of absolute drama at Assen. Joy for those guys. 2nd place for Bill Bass, and a win for Philip Neal and Tyco Suzuki.
Yeah, obviously pretty happy. First time here in Assen, so I didn't know how I was going to go, but I just tried my hardest, and to get past by Keogh on the last lap, it was like, and then to get him back was really cool. So big thanks to Tyco Suzuki and everyone that's helped me. It's been the last few rounds have been really good. I live in drought-stricken town back home in Australia, so maybe we're happy when it rains. Also from riding dirt track from when I was a little boy, and seems like a lot of the Australian guys seem to be able to go right in the wet.
Lots of Australians in the past have come from that background. Casey Stoner, Josh Brooks, Brock Parks, all of these guys are good off-road. Great in every condition, but Josh Waters is double Aussie Superbike champion, and maybe the next guy that's going to go on to bigger things. I think the last 7 races is a good solid top 10s in the dry, getting close to the front. There's been 5th places included there. he does come into his own in these conditions, but you can see how much he wants it now. Keogh took it to him, Keogh wasn't backing off, and Josh had his head down and wanted another win, so it's a big confidence builder.
That's pretty special for your first time here. I mean, yeah, we know that the wet weather conditions obviously, you know, played into our hands a little bit with him, but he's also been going well in the dry conditions. He's been getting better each session. He was very unlucky not to make Q3 actually, because he was on his best lap when the red flags came out, when the rain started to fall. So I'm pretty confident he would have made Q3 as well, and he's been improving every session. Obviously we'll see what he can do now in the final race, which looks like it's going to be dry, so we'll see what he can do there.
The lights will come on first, and when they're off, the race is on. Watch out for John, the Halsell biker gear Kawasaki on the right-hand side of picture. Can he get a good start? No, he gets swallowed up in the pack.
Hopkins.
Westmoreland's quick. Hopkins grabs the advantage. John Hopkins, the Californian former MotoGP superstar, hits the front here at a circuit he's always loved, the Assen TT circuit. Hopper, Tyco Suzuki, whips off at the front. Linfoot carved his way underneath Hopkins. Linfoot sees he may have been getting down on himself for not living with these guys, but he certainly is doing today, James.
I'm just wondering whether Hopkins has a bit of an issue, you know, because that's the second time I've seen him really fairly slow coming out of a corner, and he hasn't. He just seems to be losing too much time for it to be just him.
Third place to Tommy Bridewell, fourth Dan Linfoot, fifth John Hopkins. Josh Waters, number 12, finishes in 8th place.
We were one of the very first teams that looked at bringing Joyce here, even if it was only going to be super stock to begin with. Strong finish to the season now is going to, you know, obviously find it prove very difficult for us to part ways now. I would hope from his side and from ours.
I think for Tyco Suzuki, would be a wrong move to let him go. I think he's bonded well with the team. He loves the Suzuki. He's got a long history with Suzuki and a lot of success with Suzuki. So the continuity of staying together, I think, would make this package even stronger.
Well, it's early days at the moment. I mean, we're still trying to put together a package and a deal for the next year. But look, I mean, you know, Josh has really shown his true form. We've been really impressed with him, and probably of all the people I've worked with, he's probably one of the nicest guys on the grid. Absolutely a gem to work with.
Yeah, I really enjoy riding the Suzuki and being a part of the family, so yeah, it'd be perfect to stay with the team and see what happens.